Hi, my name is Rene Hubert, and I'm a biotech professional. I lead a group of scientists in a laboratory that make protein medicines. So for me, in my early days as a kid, I loved to watch documentaries, National Geographic's documentaries on animals and things like that. And I was always excited about science and space, and science fiction was a big thing for me. I grew up watching a lot of science fiction movies, and I just loved science as a little kid all the way through my life. Yeah. Yes, my favorite model organism is a Chinese hamster ovary cell line. So it sounds a little obscure, but in order to make protein therapeutic medicines that can be taken by humans, the protein therapeutics have to be made in a living cell. It's not like a chemical drug that can be made in a test tube. The biologics or protein therapeutics need to be made in a living cell. And the living cells that we use are Chinese hamster ovaries, which can be grown in shake flask and bioreactors, and can be used to make kilograms and kilograms of materials that will be used to go into patients. What we do is we actually engineer and edit the genomes of these Chinese hamster ovary cells to make the recombinant proteins that are our drug. So we basically overtake their metabolism to make the proteins that are needed to become therapeutics. Actually, I have a little prop for that. This is a picture of me. And it's one of the reasons why I'm in science. You can see how excited and joyful and happy I am in this moment. And actually, this photograph captures a key moment in my career during my PhD. This is a moment where I was the first person on the planet to use a polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, to simultaneously amplify 3 polymorphic microsatellite repeat sequences in the human genome, starting from a single cell, from a single sperm cell, which means that from one copy of the genome, or one molecule, I was able to amplify those 3 segments of the genome. And I'm holding an acrylamide gel here showing that I successfully did that amplification. And I was really lucky because that day, a fellow PhD student of mine in the lab, he was taking a photography course that summer, and he had his 35mm camera with him. And he heard me shouting from the dark room here as I developed this gel. I was so excited. And he opened the door and he snapped this picture of me being so excited about that discovery. So that's one of the reasons why I'm in science, is the joy and the thrill of discovery. And I keep this picture on my desk at home to help me get through the hard times, because science is challenging. It's hard. And you have a lot of times where the experiments don't work out, or the hypothesis isn't proven, and you have a lot of challenges, and you have these dark moments. But when I look at this picture, it always brightens up my spirit and makes me happy, and it reminds me of one of the reasons why I'm in science, and that's the joy of discovery. Yeah, I think one of the things that I know myself and other colleagues experience are kind of like imposter syndrome in a way sometimes, right? As you advance in your career, you're kind of at a point where you might be like, gosh, am I really the right person for the job? Am I really doing a great job here, right? So, and it comes back to the self-doubt and having some insecurities. And I think it's natural for everyone to have that. And I think it's good to recognize that everybody has that. So if you're having it, you're not the only person in the world that's like that. So, and when I talk to my colleagues, we share about these challenges that we have, right? Insecurities and competence issues. And at the end of the day, find people that will support you and will listen to you, and will help you get through the insecurities. And just have faith that you have good training, you have good ideas, and that you'll accomplish great things if you stick to it. And you got to stick through the challenges. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's easy to take the easy way out and just give up and walk away. But you'll find you'll grow the most in your personal development as a scientist and so on when you're having these challenges and you're beating your head against the wall. How do I fix this? Why is there a problem here, right? Stick with it and get through it. And as you get along in your career, it gets easier and easier to kind of get over those roadblocks, right? So you have to be persistent, You have to believe in yourself and surround yourself with people to believe in you to help you get through those hard times. Yeah, I think a big thing is identify specifically what you want to do. Try to be specific about your goals, and that's really important. But also have confidence in yourself, and that's something that I struggled with a lot. I was really insecure and always concerned I was going to fail out of school and I wasn't going to do very well. And I worked really, really, really hard, but I wish I had more confidence in myself. And, early career scientists can accomplish amazing things. And throughout history, there's a lot of examples of that. People getting Nobel Prizes after, just being out of their PhD or doing early career career work, very early in their career. And I know that even out of my postdoc, some of the stuff I did, looking back, were pretty amazing. I have over 100 gene patents that have been issued for genes involved in cancer, that some of them led to therapeutics that are on the market or being developed, right? And that was just right out of my postdoc, right? And back then I was so insecure about what we were doing, and I didn't have the confidence. I kept saying, oh, the big companies are going to beat us out. I was in a little startup company, right? And how is my little self going to accomplish big things when I have all this competition around me, right? I was very insecure. So I think a big piece of advice is to have confidence. Try to break through that insecurity. It's natural to have it, but be confident. And what I found looking back at my career, there are 5 things for me that really helped out in my career. The first one is our internships. Get internships, as many as you can. And I had 6 during my undergraduate work. I did a cooperative education program in Canada. So those internships were so pivotal in my career development. I found out what I liked in my career, but most important, I found out what I didn't like in a career. I knew I didn't want to work in a government lab. I wanted to go into biotech, and that's eventually what I did, right? So internships are so important. The second point is always be networking. It's so important. I call it ABN. Be ABNing all the time within your colleagues, fellow students, your professors. Get the internships so you can network, go to conferences and network, get on social media and network. Networking is so important. They help you get your jobs as you go forward. And most of the jobs I've had in my career were because I knew someone at a company that helped get my foot in the door. The third point is always be challenged. ABC, I call it. Make sure that what you're doing is always challenging yourself. Don't take the easy way out. I could have easily taken the easy way out in my career when things were really tough, right? But I decided to go ahead with the PhD. First in my family to go to university. First in my whole family tree to go to get a PhD, right? And that was really challenging, but keep yourself challenged. You'll grow more in those challenging moments. The fourth point is leave your options open. Make sure that when you make career choices, you're not pinning yourself into a corner, that you're leaving options for further career growth and expansion. And getting a PhD is a good way to do that. That opens up a whole lot of doors for you. And the last one, which is really important, I call it getting your personal mantra, or the why, the dream. Why are you doing this? And define it. And you'd be surprised how many young career scientists aren't able to define what their dreams are. Like I did. I want to find a cure for cancer was my dream. Be specific like that. And like a mantra, repeat it over and over and over to yourself, to your friends and family, anybody who'll listen and will hear about it. And I think it'll impact the way your career develops. So those are the 5 points there, right? It's get internships, ABN, always be networking, ABC, always be challenged, 4, leave your options open, and 5, find your personal mantra. So if you follow those 5-point plans, I guarantee you'll have a successful career in biotech.